let's get it on. Let's get to it, right? Before we get started, please like this video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. And if you'd like to support this ministry, there are links in the video description. Much appreciation to those who like to help support this ministry. Thank you very much. All right. So Trent, not long ago, was doing a video basically because of the current buzz that's been going on. And I've done other videos at my channel already addressing this already in quite length. If you haven't taken a chance, please go see the one recently where I actually address the Magisterium and the popes, where it's been going back since the 1960s. So in this particular video, Trent Horn is defending, if you will, that Muslims actually worship the same God as Christians. It's completely wrong, completely bankrupt, completely flawed, many problems. But my focus right now is something that caught my attention when he was doing this video not very long ago. And I want to play this little clip here, and you can listen.
Like the claim Catholics worship Mary. That claim is true, but it has to be qualified so people don't think you're committing idolatry.
So this was something that I heard when it first came out, and Trent actually says that Catholics worship Mary. And I was just like, he openly said that. Let me put on the screen for you guys to see here. I'm going to go through a few things here, and I'm going to put on the full screen so you guys can see this. This actually goes back to the Vatican II. Back early on, this would be with Pope early on, these documents. And if you see it here, sorry, I have to correct myself. My bad. This actually goes back to 1992. This would have been with Pope John Paul II. But if you notice here, with the Vatican Council, the concierge and post-concierge documents, notice what we see here. You see the table of contents, you see what's going on, and watch this on the screen. If you can see this clearly, this is on page 420 and 421. If you notice here, look carefully at the screen, look carefully. Notice where the underlined parts are you can see. Mary, in a way, unites in her person and re-echoes the most important doctrine of the faith, and when she is the subject of preaching and worship, she prompts the faithful to come to her son. So this is very interesting. So this goes directly kind of with what just Trent just shared. It's amazing to me. Now, I want to go through a few things here, and I want to show you something on things on Mary type of worship that I think people need to see. Now, I'm going to put on the screen here, and you can see this. These are different Marian prayers. Different Marian prayers. And when you see the wording, for example, prayer in honor of the Queenship of Mary, O Mary, Immaculate Queen, look down upon this distressed and suffering world. Thou knowest our misery and our weakness, O thou who art our mother, saving us in the hour of peril, have compassion on us in these days of great and heavy trial. Notice here, O Holy Mary, from Saint Gonzaga. Notice the wording here, O Holy Mary, Mistress, into your blessed trust and special custody in the grasp of your mercy, I this day, every day, and in the hour of my death, commend my soul and my body to you. I commit all my anxieties and miseries of my life. Notice, where is this devotion going? Where is this prayer going? Where is this complete hope going? To this last one over here. And these are all things that can be found on Catholic.org, other sites, online, Marian Prayers. These are where I found these from Catholic official websites, Marian Prayers. Look at this one right here. My Queen and my Mother, I give myself entirely to you, and to show my devotion to you, I consecrate to you this day my eyes, my ears, my mouth, my heart, my whole being without reserve. Wherefore, good mother, as I am your own, keep me, guard me, as your own property and possession. As your own property and possession. Now, I know that many Catholics will say this is not worship. But this is sure hard not to see it to be worship. On your screen here, notice the word to consecrate means to dedicate. It is used in reference to worship. It means to be set aside or set apart for God. To consecrate means to dedicate. It's in reference to worship. It means to be set apart for God. This is being given directly to Mary. Now, many people know probably of Bishop Alfonso de Liguori. I want to show on the screen here for some of you guys who may not know. This is from Glories of Mary, chapter 5, and I'd like you to read the following with me. Quote, "But the church teaches us everywhere to invoke Mary and call her our hope. St. John of Damascus expresses the same thing when addressing the Blessed Virgin. He says to her, O Lady, in thee I've placed all my hope, and with a firm confidence to thee for my salvation." St. Thomas says that Mary is all the hope of our salvation. St. Ephraim explains, O most holy Virgin, receive us under thy protection, if thou wilt see us saved, since we have no other hope of being saved but through you. That is a really hard pill to swallow. Do Catholics actually worship Mary? I mean, you have to say the answer is yes. How can you do these prayers, make these kind of statements, and not call this worship? These are two official dogmas of the Catholic Church that must be believed in order to be saved. And I've talked to people like Trent Horn, who's been on my channel in the past. Please see the link in the description, where he admitted, yes, this is a salvific issue, the issue of the Immaculate Conception and the Assumption of Mary. And if you notice down at the bottom here, number 47, it says, it is forbidden to any man to change this, our declaration, pronouncement, and definition by his rash attempt to oppose, counter it. If any man should assume to make such an attempt, let him know that he will incur the wrath of Almighty God and the blessed apostles of Peter and Paul. So Trent, when I talked to him, I remember asking him, and I said, this is a salvific issue. And if somebody has been taught, informed, educated, and does not believe this, they're not saved, according to Catholicism. And he agreed. The answer was yes. So when Trent opens up and says that Catholics worship Mary, but you got to make sure it's qualified because people might think it's idolatry. When you pray to Mary, when you say you consecrate to her, you give her your whole life, your eyes, your soul, everything, you're praying directly to her. When you're saying that there's no salvation outside of Mary, that people must go through Mary to be saved. When you make these dogmas of the Immaculate Conception, which is the teaching that she was born without sin and remained without sin the whole time, and then the Assumption of Mary that she never sinned and never tasted death because she was apparently the all-holy one, and if you don't believe that and you reject that, you're not saved. How can you not, with a good conscience, say that's not worshiping Mary? How do you respond to that?